In order to celebrate the freshly released Andy Wood Live at the Bijou concert stream and record, I'm here with my main man, Andy himself, who's going to teach you how to play the scalding outro lick to the Ballad of Ricky and Cal today.
Shake and bake.
Well, hey there, kids, and welcome to this brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop here with Uncle Ben. And who's this handsome fella sitting here beside me?
Hi, I'm Andy.
So, Andy, what are we here celebrating today, sir?
It's the 4th of July. Actually, it's also the release of Live at the Bijou, which is my live album. Ben Eller is part of the band.
Hello.
And we also have a video that is the full concert video format. I think once upon a time you would say, I have a DVD, but now
Nobody has DVDs.
Yeah, now that doesn't exist anymore. You download it on your computer or your iPhone or your iPad or whatever you have, and I have it on iTunes and Amazon and all the industry standard streaming sites.
Pretty rad. Live at the Bijou also features a whole host of other insanely sick musicians like the amazing Travis Toy of Rascal Flatts on steel guitar. Who else is playing on there?
Brian Airwood, who's my cousin, grew up playing music with him. He's playing
Tremendous.
fiddle. Yeah, he's a ridiculous fiddle player. Todd Parks, that plays bass for Sam Bush. Andy Campbell, who has played drums with me for many, many years.
Quite a time.
Yeah, so a lot of special guest pickers. And on one version of Spain, we have Chip Bubeck playing the vibraphone, so it's extra jazzy and snazzy.
It's a big old band scenario, and of course you're on lead guitar and mandolin at some points, and myself, I play rock guitar.
Rock guitar.
The Live at the Bijou concert and record features the levels of guitar acrobatics that you might expect coming from Andy, but it also features a whole bevy of other really cool stuff, including some really soulful ballads.
Yeah.
A little bit of bluegrass action on there.
That's right.
It's a veritable musical smorgasbord.
There's lots of different things on there. When we did it, I just wanted to have a reflection of all the different music that I like to play. And, obviously there's a lot of the circus trick type of stuff. Yeah. But there is some other things I think people may not expect to see, like some R&B and things like that.
There's also some absolutely scalding country picking on there, including this cut that we're going to be taking a look at today, which is your original tune, the Ballad of Ricky and Cal. We're going to be taking a look at the outro lick that you play at the end of that tune. But as always, before we start tearing into this terrifying lick, let's hear it again at, well, Andy, I play slow stuff at stepdad speed. What do you play slow at?
I played at peepaw speed.
Let's hear it again at peepaw speed. And as always, you can find a full tab for this week's lick over on my Instagram page at Ben Eller Guitars. So go over there and give me a follow, find the tab for this week's lick, learn how to play it, then upload a video of yourself playing it, along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. That's nice. Andy, you've got an Instagram as well. Why don't they follow you over there on yours?
Yeah, follow me on mine. I have Andy Wood Music. It's my Instagram. I like that song.
Yeah. I also want to remind you guys, too, that for the December episode of FAQ, my FAQ series, I'm going to be joined by old Andy Wood here. We're going to be doing that one together. So in the comments below, be sure to leave your questions for Andy and I about, gear, technique, influences, mixed drinks, cocktails. I hear you make a great rack of lamb.
God, I grill my ass off.
I'll be the judge of that. So be sure to leave us comments letting us know what questions you would like to see answered on that special edition of FAQ in December 2017. All right, now, Andy, setup-wise, is this a rhythm or a lead guitar that you need to play this lick?
This is a country guitar.
Oh. Okay.
Built in this country.
So this tune is in the neighborhood of A, and this lick has taken place over kind of an A sort of punchy sort of thing. But I noticed that typically a lot of redneck pieces of crap, like us from Tennessee, we like to use that minor pentatonic scale over on top of these. Now, are you playing a minor Pentecostal scale over that?
Yeah. Actually, what's funny is in a lot of the country shredneck type of stuff, you end up with a minor third and a major third.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it usually comes out, it'll be like 4 minor third, third.
Yeah.
That's
that
like the familiar lick, yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of country players, country music actually has a lot with the blues thing going on,
Sure.
to where you can imply that minor pentatonic over top of a major third. And that's where the lick ascends over minor pentatonic.
Gotcha. Okay, so whenever you kick this off, there's kind of a wind-up kind of thing that you play before that. How does that go here?
Yeah, that's on the pickup notes.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha.
And
So
then-
it kind of comes in on the up.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So what are you doing there? You starting up on the B?
Yeah, start on the B string, sliding into the E note,
Kind of 3rd fret to 5th fret?
and that leads into this shape, that pentatonic shape that's right there.
Yeah. So you hit the 3rd fret high E, 5th fret B, 3rd fret high E, then 3rd fret high E again, and hammered into that 5.
Right.
And then picked it again.
Yeah.
So you got your slide in, your little back and forth action, hammer in, and pick it again. Hammer in and pick it again.
Hammer in and pick it again.
Okay, so coming out of that wind-up is where we enter into the first couple of shapes that you're playing here. Now, they just sound like straight-up 5th position minor pentatonic stuff, right?
That's all it is.
Okay.
It's kid stuff.
So the first one start off on A, 5th fret E string. Okay, so that's 5th fret E,
Yep.
8th B, 5th B.
Right?
Gotcha.
And then you drop down and play that C note.
Okay, 8th fret E. Gotcha. So you got 8 and 5 on the E, 8 and 5 on the B. Okay, so now you have
Yeah, and
perfecto.
that's the whole idea as you ascend.
That just keeps going up and up and up the neck.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so now that we got the first position covered, where does it get to after that?
Up one whole position in your minor pentatonic shape. So
Okay, so that's just a friendly little 10-8, 10-8 on those top 2 strings.
that's right.
So 10 on the E, 8 on the E, 10 on the B, 8 on the B.
Yeah. And
That's
you're
pretty friendly. So coming out of that shape, we move up another position, right?
Yeah, so you move to the next pentatonic position, and in
Yeah.
this pentatonic position is the first time that the fingers don't line up on the same frets.
So it's not going to be a friendly symmetrical shape anymore.
Right, they were symmetrical for the first 3,
Yeah, yeah.
and here's where it gets to
This is where they add in that, what is it, the orange button on
the
Guitar
orange.
Hero?
Yeah, this is the orange button. So sometimes live I'll play it like this,
I see
and
you
sometimes
use the
I'll
4th
play.
fret.
I'm not really married to fingerings.
Man, especially it's like, I always say after the 12th fret, anything goes.
Yeah, it's like and some days I'll play it,
Yeah.
and then some days I'll play it. It just doesn't matter.
But either way, you're doing 12 on the E, 10 on the E, and then on the
13.
B, 13 and 10. Cool. Okay, so just to recap so far we have the wind up, your first position, our 10s and 8s, the one we just covered, reaching up. Okay, so coming out of that non-symmetrical deal, what's our next position we land in here?
It's kind of like the inversion shape where it's another non-symmetrical.
Okay.
So you're playing that G on the 15th fret,
Okay.
down to the E on the 12th, then D on the 15th, and then C on the 13th fret.
Gotcha. Okay, so 15, 12, 15, 13.
And if anybody out there is a very shapes-oriented player,
Yeah.
you'll notice that this one
The previous
inverts.
I see.
So the same shape just inverts the string set, if that helps anybody or if it
Yeah.
doesn't. So,
I can see that pattern kind of flip-flopping, like what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Sure.
To me, a lot of times whenever I look at how shapes overlap like that, what I end up looking at is how, I call it front half and back half. I think about, if you were in this shape, the previous lick, right? It's kind of like the back half of that shape informs you of
Exactly.
what the front half of the next shape is
Precisely.
gonna look
That's how
like.
I
Yeah.
think, and that's how I even do two-handed tapping licks.
I see.
That's where all of that mentality comes from.
Perfect. Okay, so the newest lick is 12, 15, 15, 12, 15, 13.
Correct.
And then after that, I think we're back to another finger-friendly shape, right?
Yeah, it's actually just the next octave up of.
Oh, gotcha. So you got 17 and 15 on the E, 17 and 15 on the B. Just good old, 1 and 3 finger kind of stuff.
That's it.
And so then you enter into the last ascending lick, which by this point, after creeping up the neck like that, you're just at this first position minor pentatonic, but up an octave, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So are you playing, what was that, 20 and 17 on
Yeah,
the E?
so correct. Coming out of the.
Okay, so that's just 20 and 17 on both
Correct.
E and B strings. Great, so that ends the entire climbing up the next section, and then the rest of it is just all kind of dominating that position, right?
Yeah. So this last little section of the lick, I would have to go back and double check the original Caught Between the Truth and the Lie recording to see if it's exactly what I played.
Yeah.
But these days, what I've been playing most of the time, you know, I'm heavy on improvisation.
Sure.
So I've mutated the lick to be.
Okay, so that looks like it's mainly blues scale kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's mainly blues scale. There's the only outside notes from the pentatonic are the 6 and the flat 5.
Okay,
And you get the minor third, major third.
gotcha. Now with that 6 thing in there, that's the kind of thing where I would see a lot of guitar players thinking of that as like, oh, you're bringing in the Dorian mode or the Mixolydian, but to you, are you thinking of it that modally, or is it just like it's a 6?
I
it would
never
sound cool in a
yeah, I
chord?
very, very rarely think modally. I'm always
Gotcha.
thinking intervallically.
Intervals, yeah.
Yeah, so if I want to add some kind of outside sound, I'll grab a note that's not in the scale that I'm playing versus thinking of a whole huge chunk of information just to apply for one fleeting glimpse because the tempo's so fast. That's a lot of math to crunch in a beat and a half.
And that's such a cool way of thinking too, because I see so many players who emphasize this whole idea of like, no, you're entering into a new key, you're entering into a new scale or whatever, and you're just like, whatever, it's just some other intervals.
It's not that that's not true, because in college, you know, that's the way it's easily taught.
Yeah.
Especially to people that, you know, maybe horn players or piano players or whatever.
Yeah.
But for me to improvise as freely as possible, it's easier just to see my home scale, whatever that might be, and then as many alterations as I want. And at that point, the scale ceases to be 7 notes, and then you start over. I can have as many notes as I want in the scale. So I'm just adding everything to.
Gotcha, yeah. Rather than thinking of it as, I'm jumping into some completely other scale temporarily to grab this one note.
Yeah, it's just a lot of
streamlined
things. Yeah, absolutely, and that helps
more. Needs more RAM open in the hard drive.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Look at it. Okay, so as for this last monster beast lick, we'll kind of break it up sort of bit by bit. So we've just come out of the last section, right?
Yeah, so I have to wind up to play this.
Yeah.
Sorry. Then.
Okay,
so I'm sequencing, and then I'm adding that pinky. So
gotcha. Okay, so in other words, the last lick that we played in the big ascending part has playing 20, 17, 20, 17. Now we're reaching up into, what is that, 22?
Yep.
17 on the E, then back to 20 and 17 on the B, and then back to 20 and 17 on the E, and then 20 and 17 on the B.
Correct.
Wow, okay, so it's...
Right.
Sweet. So the next section that you're playing through right here, it kind of sounds like a descending, what is that? Descending fours kind of thing.
Yeah,
kind of weaving through the scale that way.
Kind of Eric Johnson-y.
Yeah. Which you're starting off on the 17 on high E, then on the B string you're walking down 20 and 17, and then you're grabbing that flat 5, that blues scale note on the 20th fret G, right?
Correct.
So your first set of 4 is. Okay, and then the next one here, it sounded like, were you starting off on that 6th?
Exactly.
Okay, so this is going to be the 19th on the B, followed by the 17th B, and then on the G string here, we're going to do 20 and 19. I'm up here in these dusty frets, Andy.
Yeah, man.
So the first set was, and then we had, and then does the next set start off on the 17th B?
So I have to play the lick.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we got the 17th B, 20th G, 19th G, 17th G. And that's kind of the end of the descending fours. Okay, so after you've had... That's kind of the end of the descending fours kind of sequence part, right?
Right.
Okay, so we had our 3 different descending fours. And then this is where we break away from that pattern. And I believe you played...
Correct.
First, right? Okay, so that's pretty simple. What do you got there? The 19 on the D, 17G, 19D, 17G.
Correct. All minor pentatonic all the way home.
Okay, so there's nothing weird outside of that. So you're starting off with... And then the rest is just straight down the minor pentatonic, right?
Straight down it.
Okay, so on D we're going to have 1917. On the A string you're going to have 1917. And then on the low E, do you play 2017?
I like that. Now you could easily play.
That's how you'd play it on a rock guitar.
Yeah, if you were a rock guitar player, you'd play this.
Gotcha. You'd move it down.
But if you play Confusion,
yeah,
you're gonna play it like this.
So, okay, so all together we start off with the wind up down here in this position, right?
Yeah.
Then we start into our descending. Our last one, and this is where it gets into this. The descending threes. Straight down the scale. Nice. So Andy, now that we got all those licks worked out, I'm going to ask you to disclose to these fine folks the super top secret Andy Wood picking pattern.
Start with a downstroke, follow with an upstroke, repeat as necessary.
Okay, so let's see that secret Andy Wood picking pattern in action right here. Give me that lick again, slow like. And let's hear it again at ramming speed. Have mercy. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's lesson, and a huge thanks goes to my main man, Andy Wood, for being here to teach you guys how to play that scorching hot lick. And don't forget to purchase the brand new Andy Wood Live at the Bijou concert film and listening album. The listening album is perfect for if you hate our faces, don't want to look at us. Andy, where can these fine folks purchase said live concert film and listening record?
So if you're looking to watch it and listen to it, you're going to want to hit all your industry standard iTunes movies, Amazon Prime, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, I've heard of it.
The Google Video, all those places. If you want to listen to it, it'll be on all of the streaming sites, the Pandoras, Spotify's, all that stuff.
iTunes.
It'll also be in iTunes for purchase and across the board in some of the lesser known streaming areas.
Gotcha. There's so many ways to purchase this thing. If there's not one that suits you, it's probably your damn fault.
Yeah, technology is your friend.
Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ben Eller Guitars, and find my Facebook fan page over at facebook.com/Uncle Ben Eller. Andy, where can these people stalk you out on them internets?
Hey, I'm Andy Wood Music on the Instagrams and the YouTubes. I'm also A Wood Shreds on Twitter, because apparently there was an Andy Wood Music that already existed.
Aw, and you do shreds. You've been known to. Yeah.
Nah.
Thanks again for watching. Be sure to go purchase that Andy Wood Live at the Bijou. See you guys next week. Cheers, guys.